to a little demo of a property management system, and then at the Frappe framework. Basically, you have some buttons. Like for this one, just in case you want to schedule a demo, then you just click on schedule demo, and then it will take you to this page whereby you just select the dates, and then basically we have 3 sessions, so you can decide on the time frame that you need, or either you are comfortable. Then you click next, you fill the details, then you're going to receive an email telling you to confirm. Anyway, basically let's just go to the back end per se, where the agency logins logs in, and of course can perform different operations. So just to give you a high level, currently what the system does, you have a place that you can set up the property, you can set up as well as the units, then you have the tenancy contract, the owner, or either landlord contract. Still you have the settings in the tools, we have the billing period, you have the property settings, the utility items, as well as we have a report here that you can click on. Also we have like a welcoming dashboard that you can hover around just to see all the property that you're managing. For now we have 3, and yeah, as you can see, we have the paid, then paid, the occupied, and occupied at a glance. From the report, it gives you the overview, or it gives you the functionality whereby you can perform different filters depending on the property that you want to check on. So for this one, I can check for a specific property, then it's gonna apply the filter, and then it returns me the data. If I don't add any filter, then it's gonna give you the overview of all the properties. Then you have a summary down here. So you have the type, you have the total paid, the total unpaid, the total occupied units, and the total unoccupied units. So you can see, yeah, on basically at a glance. Just in case you don't want to hover down, then you have all the required tabs on top. Also, there is this dashboard that basically have some cards, and the only difference is that it doesn't provide you the capability of filter, but it have a better view, and a bigger wide, more of like what you had seen initially. So that's it. Also, how the system is structured. So we'll start with the setting. Of course, that's the first thing. So you set up the billing period. The billing period is the one that is used for creating the more of the sales invoice of the under the tenancy contract. Then you have the property settings. Basically, this one is for just a very minimalistic kind of a way, so you can lock the tenancy contract items. I'll show you when you start creating the contract. Then from there, okay, fine, I was forward thinking in a way. So basically, this one is the one that if you're an agent, then you expect to more of like create the or either charge for management fee. So this is the item that you can generate a new invoice to the landlord. So that's the one that you attach, just in case you incurred some expenses that you need to be reimbursed. Then you select the item for that, as well as in the invoice. I will not talk about the remittance for now, but yeah, we're gonna just keep it cool for a start. Then you have the utility items. The utility items is basically what the customer get charged, either on the water bill. Let's say there is an issue to do service charge, dustbin, and so forth and so on. Then you can configure them here. At this instance, this is where use categorically specify if at all the measurement type is either meter reading, usage unit, and the monetary amount. This one monetary amount is mostly a statistic figure, and as well as the usage unit is when you just go and correct, like you get it's 10 units, and so forth. For meter reading, what the system does, it keep the record of the reading that have been done previously, and do the correlation, and so forth and so on. So that the distinction. Then for, because we just talked about the utility items, so on the instance of when you go to an apartment and you want to record the reading, so let's say it's either on 25th or something or sort, and you want to take all the meter bills, water meter bills, then yeah, it's very easy. So first of all, you have to make sure that you have an opening, like an opening kind of a scenario, so whereby either the meter reading at that moment was 5. So this is the one that will be more of like the opening of that meter reading. Then the preceding one, now you put the data that the meter is. So you can see the meter reading here is 10 for this record that I submitted later on. And you know, we have the usage that is 5, and then when the invoice is generated, there is a lot of stuff that go behind the scene. Yeah, so as you can see, you can see the measurement status is billed. It's just because it has already an invoice and when it was billed. Yeah, that's basically what happens when that let's say when we generate an invoice towards this utility item. From there we're gonna go to now setting up the property. So for you to set up the property, basically you have to start on creating the contract between the owner and the, let's say, in the agency. So I have all the contract for all the property that I have currently. So it's just very easy. So you open, you select the property that you need to create the contract against. So let's use this one. Then you select the supplier, basically it's the owner. For that instance, you can say it's COSI, and then you select the permission, the commission that you have agreed. If it's 2% or if it's 3%, then you categorically highlight. So this one is basically used for if we manage to create all the other modules for the remittance kind of an angle, then that would be the great part that it's going to be used. So on high level, then we use this one to determine how much that we limit back and how much we get from managing this kind of a property. So this will be a very crucial field when remittance is done. So as you can see, I have this one. So basically this is a high level. I understand for now this hold no big meaning per se, but when now it come to let's say remittance, as I said, then it will be a very crucial part. Then after that, after creating the owner contract, then you come to the property, whereby now you insert all the property that you have, or either that you have done a contract with. Yeah, so here we have the property, then yeah, basically that's it. So these are the details. For the accounting levels, I have an account called Trust Fund, whereby the Trust Fund is, of course, basically the one that put into consideration. This one is I'm logged in as an agency, so this money that we collect, they are really not ours. So to make sure that the accounting modules work as expected, then we assume like this money need to be corrected under the creditor, because at the end of the day, when you correct the amount, then we consider this one as the creditor, so that the accounting bit will work as expected. Then you can add the property items here, but for now, yep. So I haven't added any, but you can add. Logically, what normally happens is, or either what I envision should work is when you add all the items here, then when you're creating the unit against this property, then they automatically to be rated. But for now, that's not happening. It's, let's say, it's a change that need to be completed. So you come and add the property units here. So all of the units that are available, then that's it. After that, then we come to tenancy contract. So on the tenancy contract, you add basically all the tenants that are coming in. So you just create a new record. You select the unit that has not been occupied. This one is automatically filtered from the source code, so you can only see units that are not occupied. If at all the unit is occupied, then it will not be available here. Then you select the tenant. Basically, you can just use one of these tenants that are available. Then you have to start more of like, when should we start billing? So let's say, because I want to show you the proration angle, then we can say this guy need to start billing from 12th. So that one will be selected as the time for proration, so 12th. So then we can select the edit date for the contract. We can just change this date to just a feature date for now. Don't have to be cautious. Then we come and add the items to create the contract. I had some preloaded, so then we can select the deposit. The deposit for this account is 100,000. So these are some of the flags that are very crucial. So we have the recurring. If at all this item need to be recurring, as far as we know very well, deposit are never recurring. Second, if at all due to the issue of remittability, then this one we can say it's not remittable, so we are not gonna remit. Or you can decide between these two flags, like, is it remittable fully? So where the agents sit, those are the let's say those are the deals that they need to agree with the landlord. If at all they need to remit the deposit, in most of the occasion, what normally happen, the deposit is remitted fully, so you have to tick that button. The proration, you don't prorate the deposit, so you untick that one. And then you say the income that you're gonna be receiving this money. Most of the time it's the sales, as far as the business is concerned. And then the call center need to go with the, let's say, the property. For now, this one you're gonna say it's to leave a small, because the tenant is at the two levers. Those are some of the small functionality that need to be done automatically, that you, when creating this kind of things, you don't have to keep on selecting bit by bit. Then we can add another item. We can add rent. So this rent for this part is 30,000. For this one, we can use remittable, proration, and it's recurring. Then we can add something here. Sorry, you can add the account that's gonna receive the money, it sells, and then the cost will be to leave us. Then I wanted to show you something to do with the utility bills. For this part, let's just add one of the utility bills. We have to create one because I don't think I have one for that. Let's use water bill without anything per se, so that it can be easy. We can say it's a property charge. We don't maintain. Then the selling, we can say 1 unit to cost 150. Rush a bit, so it will cost 150. So even if this one are ticked, but if I tick here as a utility bill, then that does not hold any crucial meaning. You can see we have water bill for Juja Mall, but you want to create a different one basically for this one. It might not have a name, but we'll say water bill, it's meter reading. Then we can edit fuller, and we can say here the minimum charge, if at all units are just perhaps 3, we can say the minimum charge, because we said 150, then we can make it 500, and then we save. We'll validate those details later, but I'll move a bit faster. Then we select the account here, this is sales, and then cost interest should be 2 levers. So I think this contract is complete per se for the tenant, so we can just save. Then it initiate a workflow. So we check if everything is fine. Then if everything is fine and we are satisfied, you can just do the approval. When you do the approval, then the next thing that will happen is you want to generate the invoice for this tenant. So if we try currently, because we already said this tenant is, let's say, at of course this tenant is at the, sorry, what I mean is that this monthly bill of, so for October, then what's gonna happen is it'll try to generate the report, but sorry, the invoice, but it's gonna deny. Reason being, we are saying that the tenant has a water bill that need first of all to be sorted. So we have to create let's say the water reading as at now, and see how it's gonna go. So first of all, we go back, we come generate the unit of measurement. So first of all, you have to know which unit we are doing this for. We are doing unit number, this one. It's for pan 11, or either unit number that. Sorry, this is for name, then unit, it's that one. So if we go back again, sorry for that. So you come to utility, we create, we know the property is basically to reverse, and then it will actually, what will happen, it will actually summarize for us the unit that has let's say utility bills. So for now, because True Rivers has only one, so if we select, it'll give us True Rivers and select the owner or either the customer per se, and then we can select the utility bill, which will automatically be for this customer, as you can see here, the filter applied. Then we quote the meter reading. For now, we can put it as 0, and then you have to change this date, otherwise it will have some few issues due to it is expecting what we are doing another proration, then we're gonna have a different date. So that one, you can see the meter reading is 0, or either you can say our reading is 3 per se. Then the next reading should be different from that, so we just go back again, then we select the units the same. Then we assume now we are doing the reading as at now, because the initial reading that we ticked as opening was different. So just to make sure that we get the record straight, we can try the reading as at now to be, we had said 3, we can try to be 5, and we see what the system gonna do. So 3 minus 5, it's gonna be 2, and then we can go back to generate our report, to generate our invoice. So this invoice generation is integrated directly to the ELP. So if I click generate invoice, so you can see it has generated the invoice, and as you can see, our water bill is 500. The reason why it's 500, I believe the units are a bit different, but I'll take you through the whole process on why it's 500. So if you come back here, it's because we categorically said our minimum inventory it's less than 3 here when you are creating our item for this water bill. We said if it's a minimum of 3, then we charge 500. So what really happened is our initial water bill correction for that customer when you were starting here, it is let's say it's 3. Then the units that you charged, the usage unit is 2. So the fact that 3 this 2 is less than 3, then we decided to take 500 rather than 450, because I believe we had set the 1 unit to be at 150. So the fact that there are 2, sorry, it could have been 300. So 2 times 150, then that would be 300. But rather now we decided the other part of the minimum overrides the tenancy contract here. Let me just show you this from the unit here. So the unit here, we said 1 unit cost 150. So because the usage is 2, then you would expect the invoice here to be 150, but it is 500 as I have explained earlier. Then you can see we have prorated rent to this 19 rather than 30,000. So how we arrive to that is basically I get the from here. So this person came on 12th, and this month you can see it's a total of 31st. So you minus the dates so that you can get, sorry, you get the billing month, which is a total of basically the 21 days. You divide by this one so that you can get the rate per day, and then you come back here, do the minus of the remainder, then you multiply by the rate per day. So that's how you arrive to that figure. So as you can see, then the prorated figure will amount to this amount. Then we said we don't prorate the deposit, and that's why the deposit here is still the same, 100,000. You can see the deposit here, it's 100,000, and you can see it's billed. So we are not, and the fact that it's not recurrent, then you're not gonna bill it again. So that's how it is. So the total, as far as this invoice is concerned, is this amount, sorry, down here. So this amount is the one that need to be paid. Basically, you do the rounding off, it comes to this 100,855. And basically that's how the tenancy contract works. That's how far the system is. And if we go back, if you remember how the report was, definitely it will have changed. I just need to refresh here. and then you'll see the Two Rivers has the occupancy have improved. We have 1 occupied and we have 3 unoccupied. We have 0 paid for now. Just a minute. Sorry, this is Kosi. It's supposed to be this one. I wanted. So you have 1 unoccupied, 1 occupied, 1 unpaid, and 0 paid. So if we pay, what's gonna happen? The system will refresh, or either will go and refresh. We can just come here. We utilize the payment from Frappe, so you don't have to think about creating our own payment kind of let's say doc type. So we can pay through check. If you're paying through check, then you have to basically fill in the details somewhere here down where you put the check reference. So this one can be attached by the customer or either when we require, and then we can just put today. You can attach if at all it was paid by a check or whatever the material the customer has. You can definitely attach it here for reference, and then you submit. So we are expecting, if we go back to the report, that this one which is unpaid will be paid. You can just do a refresh and you can see it's clearly. So we have 1 paid units, 0 unpaid, because currently we don't have any other units that it's unpaid, or either we don't have an invoice per se that is unpaid. And yeah, that's it. If you go back here, you can try to refresh and we see. So this one more of like give you the paid units as far as the management of this whole process is concerned, and the total occupied, the unoccupied units, and so forth. Yeah, so yeah, basically that's it, and thanks very much. I might have rushed a lot of stuff, but yes, we can always look for some other time. Bye.